How much power do media outlets have? Numbers tell us that BBC World, for example, is available in more than 200 countries worldwide. It reaches 300 million households and 1.8 million hotel rooms. This is a powerful tool, and it shapes the way people think, function, and view the world. Let's have a look at how they utilize this power. Every article is seen by so many people and can help in so many useful ways, and it can mobilize some help for people that are in need. But instead, we are being bombarded with articles all over the world that informs us about the polar bear cub that was born in a German zoo. For someone that is in need, this is a slap in the face, and it really is unacceptable if you keep in mind how many things are happening on this world that has a population of 8 billion people. On the 17th of June 2023, we find on BBC News that these three people are being knighted by the king on the king's birthday. And here on CNN, the great announcement about him riding on a horseback on his birthday. Meanwhile, a war is going on in Sudan since 2 months. Why are the main media outlets on this side of the world not covering the daily events that are happening in such a humanitarian crisis? Where's the coverage from the media?
This isn't even a cry for help because there's no saving Sudan at this point. Like, my neighbor just passed away yesterday because of a missile that just hit our house and just wiped it out really clean.
زي المويه ما في وزقاب ويالا يعنين وجعانين والمويه ما في زي المطر جايه المشمى ما في يعني كلنا تعبانين ما عارفين ذاته ونينا مشكله حقنا ده يحل كيف.
Like this house's facade damaged by shelling.
How can people live in a city that is bombed and beaten and has snipers in the streets? There are no shops, no services, no markets.
Sudan is just one example of the millions of things that are happening every single day. And to use an outlet for such irrelevant news is simply just a waste and not correct at all. Where's the media report that shows what is happening to the people in Sudan? Shouldn't we be informed that there are complete neighborhoods in the capital that are destroyed, that people are fleeing and are in need for the world's help, that there are people that can't even go to school without fearing that they will make it back home safe, that there are children that are misplaced and find themselves in shelters in Egypt, for example? The National UK released in an article on the 17th of June, I quote, "At least 1 million have been displaced by the war," UN Children's Agency says. UNICEF representative in Sudan, Mandeep O'Brien, warned of further risks for the displaced children. The future of Sudan is at stake, and we cannot accept the continued loss and suffering of its children, he said. Children are trapped in an unrelenting nightmare, bearing the heaviest burden of a violent crisis they had no hand in creating. Caught in the crossfire, injured, abused, displaced, and subjected to disease and malnutrition. He reiterated calls for better humanitarian access in Sudan. Where's the humanitarian enthusiasm that we saw when Russia went to war against Ukraine? Everyone sent money, weapons, and food to help. Shouldn't we be informed about this? Shouldn't we be called upon to help? Shouldn't we look together for solutions to fix this issue? Or is it because the Sudanese people are worth less as humans for the media? Instead, we are applauding that a polar bear is giving birth in a zoo, which is his unnatural environment. Such a powerful platform is used for nonsense instead of knocking some care into the people's hearts. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia signed a $5.6 billion deal with China. Honestly, why does the media put no pressure on the super rich of this world to use their money to end wars like the ongoing one in Sudan? It's a shame for the world.
The Prophet Muhammad said, "Anytime you see a poor person in need, then know that someone has taken his share in sustenance. Indeed, those appointed over you and the rich people who benefited from these regimes are the criminals responsible for you not having. They stole your sustenance and your share and made you believe that it was theirs. They took what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had allotted for you and claimed it was their sustenance.